Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah?
The disclaimer. Glorious, glorious disclaimer. All right, welcome to episode 53 of the podcast. And on this one, we're going to tell you about some stuff we did and some stuff we experienced, a la a peanut butter sandwich. I mean, a power outage. That's what I meant. And a bunch of other cool stuff. And, of course, we'll be talking about list number 35 from the 52 lists for happiness.
Woohoo!
Elements of your life where you feel challenged in a positive way. So, without further ado, I give you the Soft Serve Podcast.
The Soft Serve Podcast.
Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck.
No creepy trucks. I say it every week.
No creepy trucks.
No creepy trucks here. Just the world's crappiest podcast.
Oh boy, off to a good start this evening.
The podcast that failed to set the world on fire.
It's a slow burn.
The Soft Serve Podcast. Blah, 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 blah.
The slow burn.
All right. How you doing, Stomping Jen?
I'm okay. I got a kitty.
Yeah, you do.
He won't settle down.
No. I wonder why he's being so lovey-dovey.
I don't know. Their nails are quite sharp, though.
I will cut them tomorrow.
Excellent.
On the morrow.
On the morrow.
I will
Great.
cut them. It is on my list of things to cut. Finally.
Yes.
Tomorrow may be the day.
Yes. He's only been walking around chewing at his nails.
I
claws.
cut. Tomorrow may be the day where I cut other parts of my body.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Finally, at long last, I will be able to be a member of the tribe. Because my member will be cut.
It already is.
Oh, all right. Never mind that.
If you cut anymore, I don't know.
Easy now.
I was happy I had this cat. Now I don't know what's going on with this cat.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. I doubt this is the first time you're listening to us, but if it is, welcome. We love new listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at the map lately to see where we have new listeners, but inevitably we always have new ones. So welcome.
Hello.
And what we kind of always ask you to do, if this is the first time you're listening, or you're even a casual listener, what we'd like you to do is make sure you subscribe to our podcast through whichever app that you listen to us on. You may even be listening to us on Spotify or on YouTube. So whatever the case.
Whoever knows.
Subscribe. That's all we ask.
Wherever you are.
Download our episodes. Take them with you.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Stomping Jen, how dare you?
You can't blame me. I was talking at the same time.
Right. Download the episodes, take them with you. Tell a friend about us. If you like us, chances are a friend will like you.
Like us.
Yeah, thank you.
Your friend already likes you, hopefully.
Maybe. Your friend could be using you. That's entirely possible.
What do you think this cat is using me for?
I don't know. But what I would say to you is you better check your friends. Make sure they're not using you.
Mm-hmm. You can pick your nose.
I think there are a lot of
your friends.
I think there are a lot of users out there. Users and abusers. So check your friends. If you like your friend and you don't think they're using you, even if you do think they're using you, tell them about our podcast. Okay?
Okay.
That's what we want.
You can't pick your friend's nose.
And if you want to, leave us a review. I am interested in what you think about the podcast, listeners. So you can leave us a review on iTunes, on our Facebook page. You can send us comments on Instagram. We're all over the place. Twitter.
Yep. I don't tweet.
I tweet.
You tweet.
Yep, sometimes. So send us comments, reviews. We want to hear from you. Maybe we'll even have you on the podcast. Occasionally we do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
we have calling capabilities.
we do have call-in capabilities.
We're not limited. We have technology.
Yeah, we haven't called anybody in a while.
No.
I don't know if we should call anybody this evening.
Who would
Probably
we call?
not. I don't know. I don't know who we would call.
So spontaneous calling.
Yeah. But even though we don't really call anybody anymore, I'm still glad I invested in this mixer.
Because we'll resume calling people.
At some point.
Yeah. We're just having a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah, this makes the mixer makes podcasting much easier, so I'm glad that we have it. So
Ta-da!
Okay. So this evening we are not drinking water.
No.
Or beer. Or wine.
No.
We're not drinking Sutter Home
garbage wine.
Wino wine. Instead, we're drinking wino whiskey.
What is wino whiskey?
What's it called? I totally forgot what it's called.
I couldn't even find it.
But it's bottom shelf whiskey. But the reason I bought it is it actually, they say it's the best whiskey you can buy for
value.
The value, yeah. So, Evan Williams, I think it's called. Evan Williams whiskey. That's what we're drinking tonight. So
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I used to study whiskeys
and
bourbons, so I know quite a bit about them. So,
hey,
I didn't feel like spending $40 on a bottle of whiskey. I wanted to spend $15. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just noticed that you are wearing the shirt that I was wearing all day.
Oh, it's not the same one.
No, I mean it's your shirt. Yeah. It's just the same shirt.
My version of the shirt.
I took mine off after I showered.
Yeah, it's from our kids' school.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I had no idea you were wearing this shirt.
I was wearing it all day.
We'll talk about why I have no idea, because I was quite distracted all day. So we'll roll into telling people about what's going on in our lives. Shall we do it?
We shall.
Okay. Get ready for a bumper.
It's bumperific.
That scream really represents how I feel inside most of the time, to be honest with you. Right? And that pounding, beating.
Is that your paranoia and anxiety?
No, that's my head because I have a cold. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit better this evening. I think I'm on the tail end of it, but maybe I'll relapse and it'll get worse. But
I sure hope that doesn't happen.
So I've been struggling with a cold.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Is it a man cold?
I don't know what a man cold is.
Oh, you've not heard this term before?
Is that, how do I want to frame this without being a misogynist? Is that something that
You can't even say it. You can't even think of the words.
No, sorry, I was going to say, is that something that wives say, but then I don't want to gender wives. So is that something that women say about men to kind of suggest that we turn into big pussies when we get sick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
You've not been a big pussy, so...
Yeah. Go on.
No, you've been fine. You still do all the things. I think it's more like when men use it as an excuse to do absolutely nothing and complain and do turn into babies, but you have not.
Yeah, I mean, have I ever been the type of person who will just lay on the couch or lay in the bed and say, I can't do something?
Even when you're like really sick, you cannot sit still.
Right.
Yeah, like besides like our nightly endeavors on the couch of watching multiple TV shows and whatnot.
I feel like I always need to be pitching in and contributing.
Right.
That's just how I am.
Right.
I can't sit idle while other people are doing work.
Or
it's not in my nature.
Or you can't sit idle when you feel like there's things that are out of place.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I am.
When I'm like, all right, there's nothing else to do. And you're like, oh no. Then you have like a litany of like things.
Yeah. So I'm definitely not a man baby, so I don't have a man cold.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. You don't feel very well. And that's obvious.
I didn't yesterday. I felt miserable yesterday. And even this morning, I feel actually okay right now.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm the type, I'll just keep, I mean, there's a multitude of thoughts on this, right? There are some people who say when you're sick, you should never go to work because you're spreading the germs. Now, I'm also a compulsive hand washer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the primary way you spread germs. So I try to be like really conscientious about that.
Like even more than usual.
Yeah. I use hand sanitizer. I wash extensively. I don't ever sneeze out into the open air.
How did you get this cold then?
I'll tell you how I got this cold.
Was it Rose?
It was Rose.
Yeah.
So
sweet.
Rose is very sweet. And Rose, for those of you who may not know or have not listened to episode 51 of this podcast, which you really should, because it involved Stomping Jen and I talking to 6 children and a bunch of other adult guests up at our, I think what's hopefully turning into an annual trip to Maine, to stay at a place called Evans Notch Lodge. I want to give that place a plug in a minute. Rose, one of my nieces, she's really a second cousin, but she's more of a niece to me in my mind.
She had a cold.
She had a cold, and she was sitting right next to me, and we were
was.
sharing a microphone at certain points. But she's just the cutest thing ever.
They're all super cute.
And I love how enthusiastic she is she's a big fan of podcasts, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how enthusiastic she is about being on a podcast.
Yeah, she was super cute. She had this terrible cold. And she sounded like a frog, like a 60-year-old woman at some point.
Yeah.
But she's the cutest 60-year-old little
so Rose
7-year-old you've ever seen.
So Rose got me sick. So as I said before, we're kind of back this week from our annual trip up to Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I wanted to give this place a plug, and I will. So like I said, it's called Evans Notch Lodge. It's the coolest place. If you want to go...
Yeah, if you need like a place where you can go with a whole bunch of people, friends, family.
Yeah, so basically the place is, I guess, an old-timey travel lodge. It consists of a strip of like motel rooms.
Yeah.
I think there's 5 of them that are currently open.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
3 through 7, 3, 4,
maybe
5, 6, 7.
5. Yeah, and they may be working on renovating others.
They have cabins.
There's a cabin.
And there's a big house.
And there's a big house. Yeah. And it's perfect if you want to go away on vacation. with a bunch of families and not like constantly be up in each other's shit.
Yep.
Like, so every family or every person, you know, has a private bathroom. You can get away. You know, it's just.
So you could be
Go ahead.
alone together. You could be together or not.
Yeah. And it's in an absolutely gorgeous part of the country. It's on the eastern side of Mount Washington in the White Mountains. So,
like the just north of it too.
yeah, if the mountains are your jam, this place, I can't give it enough enthusiastic sounds of approval. So we kind of go up there every Columbus Day. This is the second Columbus Day weekend we've been up there. We went up last summer too. But if you're interested in going, shoot me a private message and I'll get you in contact with the owner.
They have a website.
Yep, they do, and they have a Facebook page, Evans Notch Lodge. So I can't recommend it enough. And you know, you get 3 or 4 families. It's super affordable.
Oh yeah.
You know, for a weekend away. So it's a lot of fun. You know, you get to cook together, sit around. The best part is there's a fireplace inside of the main house, a big giant stone fireplace. There's a fire pit outside.
Yeah. And the fire just like sucks you in. You can spend all day there and not do anything and just sit by the fire. It's awesome.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many hours we just sat around the fire, just staring at it, talking, telling stories. It was a lot of fun. So, I say go up there.
Go to the mountains. They're calling you.
Are they calling? How do they call to you? What?
You asked.
That's not a call.
What you?
That's more of a call. Okay. What you? Okay.
You make up a call.
Come to the mountains.
It's like a song. That's
the
not a call.
mountains are your home. Come to the mountains. It's the place you want to roam. Hike up majestic peaks. Hike down into lush valleys.
Jump into watering holes.
Jump into watering holes. But watch out for the rabbit moles. These mountains are not entirely peaceful. They're filled with dangerous creatures.
You should reach out to them and see if they'll use that in a commercial.
You think they will?
No.
I could keep going. But anyways, so we're just plugging Evans Notch Lodge. Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. Okay. Now, I want to tell a story. We live, as you all know, the fans of this podcast, in a sleepy little western Massachusetts town.
Where are you going with this?
Called Belchertown. And it is a 4-hour drive from where we live up to Maine, where Evans Notch Lodge is located. Now, we travel up a interstate to get there, called Interstate 91. Okay, it goes through
Vermont,
Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, and
all the way to Canada.
Yep, about 2 hours up into Vermont, Interstate 91 passes right by
King
Arthur Flowers headquarters and school.
Yep, they have like a bakery school and like a store.
Yeah,
and a cafe.
It's a bakery store. What'd you say?
And a cafe.
Yep, a cafe. So
we've talked about this on a previous.
Yeah, we like to stop there and get stuff to bring to the lodge. Now, on this trip up, before we departed Belchertown, our hometown, I drank 2 liters of water.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Because I like to stay hydrated.
Yeah, but you knew we were going to be in the car.
It's important to be hydrated.
Where's the trickling water?
I have it in here somewhere. So I need a sound effects guy. Or a
I could be your
effects
sound
woman.
effects.
You'd have to sit right
person.
next to me. I don't know how that would work.
Oh, you could turn that.
I have to control the board.
Can't we plug in a separate button board? I've talked to you about this before. I'm sure they make one.
Yeah, we could put a computer. I can hook a computer up to this.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I drank a shit ton of water and I managed to hold it for 2 hours until we got to King Arthur. And they have bathrooms there that I was going to use. So we pull into the parking lot.
But you preempted all of us and warned us all.
Yep. So I said
about your desperate need to go to the bathroom.
I said to Stomping Jen and Ted and Space Unicorn, I said, look, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to park the car. I'm not even going to shut it off. I'm going to put it in park. I'm going to jump out and nobody's going to get in my way. And I'm going to run into the bathroom and then we're going to meet outside the bathrooms. So all of that went to plan, right? Until I get to the front door at King Arthur Flower. Now, I walk up to the doors briskly, like about to pee myself. And there is a old man, he looked to be about in his 90s, grabbing onto both of the double doors. Like for dear life, like he was going to fall over. But there was something else, like he had a look of fear in his eyes almost. And there was an old woman who looked about 10 years his junior, pulling on his arms, trying to pry him off of the double doors, screaming at him in German. Right? I'm sitting there, like, literally about to piss myself. And I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to be patient. And the old guy's got a death grip on both of these doors.
Jesus.
There's people piling up on the other side. There's people behind me. My bladder's about to burst. Finally, I just say to the woman, I said, if you don't get out of the way, I am going to piss on your leg. Right? She looks at me. She goes, okay. And she yanks the guy really hard and pulls him. And they both go stumbling into a wall.
And they both flew to the ground.
No, thankfully there was a wall about a foot away from her. It stopped her.
Yeah.
Right? And then I ran into the building and I urinated successfully.
Did you check on them after?
Well, when I came back out, yes, but they were already in their car.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was buckling him in and screaming at him.
There's a story there.
Yeah. So I wonder what happened. And they were in like a really old, like Volvo. They looked like it was from the 70s.
Yeah. They were spies. Spying on
You
King
think so?
Arthur. I don't know.
Maybe they were like Nazis.
I don't know.
The old guy looked old enough to be a Nazi.
King Arthur was bustling this weekend. Let me tell you what. All the leaf peepers.
It's the peepers.
The peepers.
Yeah. The leaf peepers
The
are
leaf
up there.
Peepers.
So that's my King Arthur story that
Great.
I wanted to tell.
Great. You sort of deviated from the whole Evans Notch Lodge.
Well, that was on the way up there. It's
thing.
part of the
It
story.
was, yes. So anyways, we did all of that. Then we went up
And I
to
will-
Evans Notch and we started a bunch of fires.
And I just want to say something, one more thing about the drive up there.
Yeah.
We do a comparable drive in terms of distance down to New Jersey, like
it's-
through Connecticut and
It's
New
like
York.
a totally different drive.
I fucking hate that drive.
Yeah, because we're driving through cities
Right.
through Connecticut.
I mean, I love the drive up to Maine. Like,
It's beautiful.
it's so gorgeous. And we've talked at length about this before, I
we
think.
have.
But
we
I
have
really,
totally.
I do not mind going up there. I almost wish we had a property up there.
We could.
I get a piece of land and a trailer.
We could cough. Brother-in-law. Cough. All of our extended family.
No, they would. They're
Cough.
not. No, they're not mountain type of people.
They could be.
No, and we shouldn't rely on other people to finance our
No,
dreams.
we would be part of that.
Oh,
I'm saying all in.
okay. All right. I don't know what you're suggesting. So
All is love. Anyways, so what else did we do?
We
up
sat
in
around the
Maine? We sat around the
fires.
fire
all right.
for
And
a good
then
2 days.
Yeah, and then we
And
went
then-
on a hike. Why don't you talk a little bit about where we
Right.
went hiking, please?
So Sunday,
Do you want some music when you're telling the story?
no, just we all decided we should leave the house and do something.
How about some mystical mountain music?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. So Heather, Auntie Strawberry from the previous podcast.
Oh, this doesn't work. Go ahead.
She found in one of the brochures, because Evan's Notch, they're so smart that they leave a whole bunch of like brochures and maps and like, I mean, there's so much to do up there. That's why we do nothing, because it's so overwhelming. So
Yeah.
she identified that there was seemingly a nice little hike not too far away, called Maggie's Nature Park in Greenwood, Maine.
Yes.
It's just north of Sunday River, which is a popular skiing resort up in that area.
Go on.
So we said we're going to go hiking up at this nature's park. So we said, let's go check it out. So we all packed lunch. It took like 3 hours to pack lunch. By the time we finished packing up lunches, it was lunchtime, which was funny.
Yes. Whoops. Go ahead.
What are you doing?
I'm just moving my skull around.
So anyways, we get there and there's like a little map and there's a whole bunch of different trails. There's not like a lot more information. It's not like, you know, a conservation area or run by the state. It's just like in somebody's backyard, and they like gave permission for people to go hiking, I think.
Right.
So we took a picture and we decided we were going to try one of the trails
I
called...
took a picture of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we decided we are going to take a trail called Peaked Mountain.
Peaked Mountain.
Right.
Yeah.
And off of Peaked Mountain, they were all colors. So this one was the yellow trail. Where are you going?
Keep talking.
And so anyways, there was a red trail that looped back around the yellow trail that went off of it. But we decided we're going to do the yellow trail. So all of the kids who were the leading of the pack,
Leader of the pack.
they took off, but one of them had a phone. So
Leader of the pack.
they were ahead of us by a good
Yeah.
10, 15
Sky,
minutes.
our niece Sky had the phone.
She had the phone. So I think they were about 15 minutes ahead of us at one
Yeah.
point.
Esteban, Ted, and Space Unicorn and Sky. Yep.
They all kind of like started running up the mountain, which was fine. But we encountered some woman on the trail, and she said, oh, the yellow trail doesn't really have anything to look at. It's much more scenic if you take the red trail.
Right.
So we were considering taking the red trail at one point, but the kids were so far ahead of us, we didn't know where they were. So we kept walking. And then we encountered another group of people, and they said, definitely finish the yellow trail because it's amazing. Like you think you're just going and going and going and going,
They
but
said
then
beautiful
you
views.
finally get up there and it just opens up and it's amazing. So we're like, okay.
Yeah, we'll go up. So we texted with Sky.
Right. So we communicated with the kids. We said, just wait when you get up to the summit.
Yep.
So we get all the way up to the summit.
Yeah. And do you want me to take over this part?
Yeah, you can.
So
Well, and
we may have talked about this on a previous episode, but I'm terrified of heights. Right.
not only that, your sister also
She shares similar
–
patterns of anxious thinking
Yes.
with me.
Yes.
So we're coming up the trail, and I'm noticing, wow, that does look like a beautiful view. It almost looks like that the trail ends and there's a giant cliff there.
Well, because also the trail like loops back around, right?
Yeah.
So I was ahead of all of the adults at this point because I have slight asthma issues, so I needed to just keep going.
Okay, that's counterintuitive, but go ahead.
Well, no, it's just because whatever. Anyways,
Yeah, go on.
I didn't want to stop. Let's just put it that way.
You didn't want to stop.
I just wanted to keep going.
Okay,
That's whatever.
it's fine.
So I get to the kids and I'm like, one of them's like sitting on the edge of the cliff. They're all like,
With their legs dangling over
They're all,
a
like, fucking
400-foot drop.
and Ted, like, he sees me. He's like, mom, come here. I have to show you something. And I immediately immediately like calculate that when the rest of the adults get up there, they're all going to have a panic attack about the fact that they were.
By the rest of the adults, you mean me and Mastiff Mom. And can I ask a question? Did you get close enough to look over the edge?
I didn't get that close now.
Okay.
I think because that gives me panic.
Yeah. Because we were at least at the very top of some like 200-foot pine trees.
It was really high.
Yeah. And it was like a sheer fucking drop.
Yeah, oh, so what the kids were doing, that was the thing.
Yeah, so what they were fucking doing.
Screaming into the canyon.
Yeah, but not only that, they were taking pictures of themselves jumping on the ledge of the cliff.
No. They were just, I think it was the angle that made it look like that.
No, it wasn't.
So
Uncle Sawtooth gets up at the top and he puts an end to all the fun.
But I warned them all. I said they're all going to come up here and they're going to have massive panic that you guys are so close to to this.
And listen, to my credit, right? I got up there.
You were calm. I
told Ted,
stern.
I said, look, get the fuck away from the edge now. He goes, it's fine. We've been up here for 20 minutes. It's totally safe. I said, Ted, I'm going to tell you this once. I said, this is not about you or what you're doing. I said, this is about my mental health. And right now, I am on the edge of losing it. So get away from the edge of the cliff.
Yeah. So we took a bunch of pictures. It was,
so then we went.
It was indescribably beautiful.
Yeah, we do have pictures of it. So then we went around the corner a bit to another part of the scenic overlook, take more pictures, and we were attacked by hornets.
They weren't attacking, though. Like, they weren't stinging.
I think because it was kind of cold.
They weren't hornets either. They were some type of wasp.
Yeah, some kind of wasp.
Yeah. So, anyways.
So that was the hike. So
remember I said earlier that the yellow trail looped around in a circle.
Yeah.
At the top.
Right. Well, further down the yellow trail, it had another loop.
Red trail.
Another looped trail off of it called the red trail.
Right. And we were still considering potentially going on the red trail.
Right.
Except the children decided to run ahead of us again, which was fine. So we instructed them to wait for us at the top of the red trail, the first intersection of the yellow and the red trail.
Right. We told them to wait at the intersection of the red trail.
Right. So what happened? So we start walking and we get to the intersection of the beginning of the yellow loop.
Right.
And we see
of the intersection of the, we got to the first intersection of the red and yellow.
No, we didn't get to the red one yet first. We got to the yellow one. And what we saw was 2 out of the 4 children starting to go back up.
Oh, right.
The mountain. And they said, Ted has gone ahead and we don't know where he went.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
And so we didn't know if he got confused and went back up the mountain or if he continued down.
That's right.
Towards the red trail.
Right.
Nobody knew where he went.
No one knew.
All 3 of the children at this point were very confused.
Right.
Ted has had, as we've mentioned on
Hold
this
on.
podcast
I think we need some spooky music for this.
Some experience in the mountains, doing some hiking, hardcore hiking.
Right.
We don't know where his level of common sense and trail savvy is.
Right. And as we're talking to the other kids, right, we're talking to Esteban, Sky, and Space Unicorn.
Right. They have no clue.
They have no idea. It's like he vanished.
Right.
He could have gone back up the mountain. He could have gone down.
We don't know where he went.
And the other thing is, these trails were not that clearly marked, and there were a lot of. In my mind, there was the potential for Ted to have gone completely off of the trails altogether. So we had no idea where he was.
Right. So this fun, exciting, like beautiful, like summoning and like everything has now started to take a downward turn.
Yeah.
Literally, because we have no idea where Ted went.
Right.
So we're like, all right, let's just keep walking.
Right.
To get to the red trail.
And so we remembered, okay, we told Ted to wait for us at the first intersection of the red and yellow trail. So hopefully he's down there.
Right. So we continue down.
Yeah, so we made a decision not to go up
Right.
and look for him. Okay, go ahead.
So then we get to the first red and yellow intersection. Remember,
And who's not there?
There's two. Oh my God. Ted is not there.
Ted is not there.
No sign of Ted.
And the other kids are like, they're yelling and screaming, and there's no answer from Ted.
Right. So
at this point,
I think you and I started really panicking about.
no,
like,
I didn't.
where
I didn't panic.
You were mad.
No, I was mad. But here's the thing: I have been in these situations before.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of hiking experience with my brother Hogshank, and we have gotten lost and stranded on mountains before after dark.
Right.
You know, and we were like in our 20s, and those were dangerous situations.
Right.
Right? Like, no joke.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm beginning to do the calculus in my mind. Right? We're sitting there. He's not there. Looking at my watch. There's 2 hours of daylight left. I'm like, okay. And the temperature had been dropping into the 30s at the night. Right? He's got nothing on his body.
Right.
Except a t-shirt and shorts. So... And also, we're apparently on a mountain full of fucking cliffs.
Right.
Right? So, and I'm thinking to myself, the lower and lower the light gets, like, he could walk off a fucking cliff.
Right.
So anyways, I'm running all of the scenarios through my head, and I'm like, the thing we settled on potentially was
maybe what we
sending-
should do is
sending-
you and I going back up.
Yeah, but we needed 4 people to go back up and
Oh,
circle
2.
the loops.
2, 1 to go in which direction?
But there were 2 loops that
There's
we
al-
no,
there's
you don't
only-
get it. We would have had to send 2 people up the red loops,
No. Oh, well.
and then we would have had to send 2 people back up the yellow loops. So it would have
Anyways.
taken not anyways. Believe me, I have
no, I
a
get
lot
it,
of
I get it.
experience with
Yeah,
this.
okay.
Being lost in the
Okay.
woods.
But so as
Anyways,
we're
it was-
discussing what we're gonna do next,
It was a nightmare scenario for me because there were only 4 adults.
Right.
No, there were 5 adults.
Right.
Right? So it could have worked, but my knee was hurting me. I didn't want to go back up the mountain. So I think we sent the kids. Did we send the kids
No,
down?
no.
What happened? You
What
pick it
happened
up
was
from
they
here.
were screaming his name, and all of a sudden he was there.
Yeah.
They like located him, and they could hear him, and they said, "He's here." And so we finally caught up with him at the second. He'd gone down all the way to the red and yellow second one.
He had missed the
He
first
missed- he
yellow-red
totally
intersection.
Missed the first red and yellow intersection.
And what does that tell you?
Means that he was not trail savvy enough to pay
Right.
attention.
He was not paying attention to what he was doing, which means he was moving too fast, which means he could have been injured
Right.
and broken a leg.
Right.
Who knows?
So I think all the adults and the kids knew that we were seething.
So Stomping Jen and I were angry, and I was mostly angry because I don't think he realized how close he came to a potentially like lethal situation.
Right. So we had him come up. The rest of the group continued down the mountain.
Yeah.
And we
wanted them
down,
out of yelling distance.
And we didn't yell at him. We impressed upon him all of the situation about why we were concerned, and that the number one rule of hiking is to stay with the group, and he didn't do that basic thing.
Yeah.
And furthermore, like the other kids he was leading were very confused. So while he may have thought he knew what he was doing, the other kids had no clue.
No clue at all.
Yeah. So anyways,
all's well that ends
all's
well. I mean, all things considered, I do think I handled it well
Mhm.
and kept my shit together.
Mhm.
But I was I did let him know how close he came in my mind to a very, very dangerous outcome. And so hopefully I mean, hopefully he learned something from that.
Yeah.
So that was fucking Maggie's Nature Park.
But if you stay with your group, it's a lot of fun. And it's a beautiful view.
Yeah. But maybe Maggie should consider renaming it to like Maggie's fucking Perilous Death Park.
I don't think so.
Because of the cliffs, the poorly marked trails.
I thought the trails were very well marked, actually. It was like the most well marked trail I've ever been on. You just needed to pay attention.
Okay. All right. Well, what did we do after that? We collected ourselves. We got down to the bottom.
Lunch.
We ate some lunch. And what happened?
Then we traveled, I think about 20 minutes down the road to the town, one of the two main towns off of closest to Evans Beach Lodge.
So I'm going to get up and I want you to yell at me. You keep telling the story. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Keep going. Tell the story of Bethel, Maine.
So we went to Bethel, Maine. So we get out and there's not a lot to do there, but there's, a couple cute restaurants. There's a little brewery. There is a little bakery and a coffee shop. So we get out and I immediately spotted the taco truck and I said, "Ooh, who wants tacos?" Because I love tacos. I really wish Sawtooth would come back now because it's hard to tell stories without him here. But so Ted and Esteban said they wanted taco. Space Unicorn said she wanted a taco. So I said, okay, let's get some tacos. So the kids go up and I gave Ted some money to get the tacos.
Oh my God, the taco truck.
And
that was like entering a time vortex.
So I don't know how long we stood there. Ted stood there with
at
money
least
in
half
his
an hour.
hand
At least half
before
an hour.
he even ordered these tacos. I think the kids working the taco truck were majorly stoned.
It was just one woman.
There were like two people in that truck.
Oh, there were?
I believe so.
Okay.
So, I don't know. So the rest of the group had gone to the coffee shop because they all had used the facilities. So I go over there, and meanwhile, Space Unicorn had wanted a chicken taco, but she had gone over to the bakery, and then at the bakery, she wanted gelato and cookies and pastries. Now I hear wind.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you hear wind? No, I still hear it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Was it when I came back here?
Yeah, it wasn't doing it before.
Blow into your mic? I don't know what it is.
Oh, it went away.
Yeah, it's because I muted your mic. That's weird.
Is it something blowing into my microphone? I don't even hear my microphone, by the way.
It can't be.
Do you hear my microphone?
What the hell is that?
What is that? Is that a ghost?
No, it wasn't until I brought this phone in here, right?
Is my microphone on right now?
Yeah, it's recording.
I don't hear anything.
You literally don't hear anything?
No.
Did your headphones die? It went away. It's those do you hear me now?
I hear you, but I don't hear me.
You don't hear you.
No. Do you hear me?
Yeah. You hear me through the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Did you touch anything on the headphones?
No.
Here, let me unplug them for a second. That seemed to stop it. Whatever that was. I don't know why you wouldn't be hearing your headphones.
That's much better. Now I can hear myself.
You can?
Now I can hear myself.
But I think it's those headphones.
Yeah.
They're giving off some kind of weird interference.
All right.
I don't know why that is.
Sorry, people.
Let me try plugging these in again.
Let's talk about the taco truck some more.
Okay, I might have to switch you to the earbuds and get you a better set of headphones.
It's weird. So, the taco truck,
Yeah.
where the time was standing still.
Okay.
But then, like, we kept saying to ourselves, like, where are we going? We, like, why can't we just roll with the fact that there's, like, a really slow taco truck?
Right.
Because it was, like, sleepy freaking Bethel, Maine.
Yeah.
3 o'clock on a Sunday. And
Yeah.
where else did we have to be? It was like a real lesson in like patience and like
Yeah.
slowing down life.
Yeah, and those people in the taco truck really adhered to that.
Yeah, they didn't care.
No, they could
No.
give a crap.
No, they had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So, anyways, eventually we did get the tacos. They were okay.
Yeah.
They weren't that great. They weren't that expensive, but they weren't that great anyway.
And then you and Auntie Strawberry went to a brewery and drank beer while the rest of us sat out there and waited for you.
Well, I don't know why nobody else wanted any beer.
Because a lot of us had to drive.
So,
I'm going to change your headphones. I can't deal with this.
So, anyways, we got a flight and we shared a flight. It wasn't even like we drank that much beer.
Yeah.
It was like 12 ounces that we shared between the
Yeah.
two of us.
No, that wasn't that much.
Um,
But still, you made us all wait outside for
we
you.
didn't have to wait outside, but we did have gelato and we did have tacos and it was fun. It was very nice. One of the kids' favorite things is this rock museum, which is really like an overpriced jewelry store that has some rocks.
And it was closed.
And it was closed.
Unfortunately.
Thank God.
Oh, I like going in there.
Yeah, there's like really overpriced jewelry.
I was going to say, I don't like spending
Yeah.
money when we go in there,
Mhm.
but I like going in there. The kids like it.
The kids do like it. So,
So.
anyways.
All right, so that was the
that was pretty much Sunday.
Bethel, Maine. The day doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, Monday was the next day and we were all leaving. And when we all woke up, there was no more fire and it was cold.
Right.
And so I think we had expected to be there at least 2 hours longer than we ended up being there because it was cold. So we just booked out of there.
Yeah, and then we got back to the lodge. We recorded a podcast with the kids. That was a lot of fun.
I was talking about Monday. Now you're back on
Sunday
night. Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday. We recorded a podcast with the kids,
We
and
did.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you can listen to it.
Yeah, and I wanted to try to play something from it that I really enjoyed.
Thoughts and opinions expressed.
Oh, that's the like beginning.
Yeah, but it's not letting me. That's weird.
Fast forward.
What the hell is going on today with my technology?
Oh, well, we did have a power outage today.
Yeah, but I should be able to. I can't adjust. That's weird. I can't adjust where I am in this podcast.
You should be able to.
I can't. The slider isn't working.
The slider isn't working? Why don't you close your app and open it back up?
I just did that. Oh well, I was going to play something out of here for people that I really enjoyed. Yeah, it's like not working. Ugh, nothing's fucking working today. What headphones does it think it's connected to?
Oh, God.
Ugh, this is a disaster. Keep talking. Give me a second. Oh, your fucking headphones are now making that noise again. So much for fucking Studio Beats by Dre.
How about non-studio beats?
All right, go ahead. What next? I feel like this whole thing has been derailed now. Let's quit.
What? We have so much more to talk about.
I know, and we're already at 50 minutes.
Yeah, I know you don't like talking to me.
No, I do like talking to you a lot.
All right.
I hate it when shit doesn't work, though.
I know.
And I don't have help.
Why don't we talk about Are you saying I don't help you?
No, I don't have help with doing some of the stuff. I need a technical assistant. Why are you laughing?
Because that's not my forte.
I know. Now my podcast app won't even open.
What?
Yeah, like I can't adjust where I am in this at all.
You know what I would do if I were you?
What?
Shut your phone off completely.
I just literally did that.
And then turn it back on.
I literally just did that. Listen up. And it. Oh, that's weird. Oh, now I understand. Okay. Okay. Keep talking. Give me a second. Give me a second.
That was the best part of the podcast.
No, it was when
Oh my God.
who is this?
I believe that put on a sad sign, a sad
I gotta find this.
say.
Okay. All right.
She was in a foul mood.
Anything you
Yeah.
want to say? We're now.
No. This is the podcast
you
with
got,
the kids,
You got the approval sound.
right?
You heard it?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll never find it.
You're not going to
Anything
find
else,
this specific.
Does anybody else know?
I thought it was early.
That's the
And our
end.
Labradors and the
No, it's the
mysteries
beginning.
in cabin 8.
Keep talking. Come on. I'm trying
Where
to
we
find
have
something.
Me?
Talk.
Oh,
Resident.
sorry, but I like
teenager
listening to
and
the podcast.
Now,
You
just
just
get
like the giggling.
stay on. Just get a little closer to the microphone. A little closer to the microphone. Next
A little
time.
closer to the
don't B-Day?
microphone.
I'll never
Who
find
knows?
it now.
I don't know.
I like listening
Does
to
anybody
this.
else know?
You like listening to
All right.
this?
It's the one and the only. Let me look at my notes. Sky.
This is very meta right now.
I know.
Estate. Anything else you want to say?
I wish I could
Esteban?
find
I
it.
do want to let
It
people
was
know
so
that
cute.
for their.
And rubber ducky. Nope.
Yeah.
You have to learn to use.
All right. Well,
There's
I've got a
lots
very
of
long
giggling.
list
You
here.
keep
I know.
skipping over that.
Absolutely. Sure.
giggling.
Anything you
I
want to say?
can't
Which
find
one
it.
is the real podcast right now?
Well, we've
What's
heard from you.
happening?
We know you have.
What's going on?
Where we have
All
our
right, forget it. Never mind.
Wait, that was
I just because I
awesome.
can't find what I want and it's confusing me. Enough. Let's move on.
That was the best part of the podcast.
No, it was terrible.
No, I loved it.
No.
Do some more.
Keep talking then while I do this.
I was talking
Resident
and it was confusing you
teenager
and you were freaking
tweenager.
out.
I don't know why I can't find what I want to find.
What do you want to find?
Where I burped and the girl laughed.
I'm a deer.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, she's time to shine. Go ahead.
Talk. You're not talking.
I'm
I was in
listening.
the other episodes. Dolphins
I
are
like listening
Labradors
to
and
this.
Bears and the
It's cute.
mysteries in cabin 8.
Okay, you got the approval sound. We're gonna go over to you now.
Talk.
You have appeared on the podcast many times.
I'm gonna shut this off
will
if you don't talk.
Thank
I'm
you for
talking.
the information about Basenjis. Ants in our pants at some point, so
Ants
we
in
need to
our
blast
pants.
through this.
It was fun having them here. I am very sad they couldn't.
Wasn't that a horrible thing that River did?
Oh, here we
Sky
go.
did. Okay.
That was you.
There you go. All right. There was
He's even known
laughing.
to pee in his pants.
This is where I
when he sees
accuse.
a
This is
dog.
where I accuse my brother of being afraid of dogs.
Just a minute,
Yes,
space.
that's the
Okay.
part you wanted
Right.
to play.
Sky,
This whole
what is it you
segment.
wanted to say?
Okay, ready?
We don't have as big of a group as we did last time
She's
because
so cute.
Vivian, Coraline, and Rubber
She was
Ducky
spot
are
on.
Thank you for
Yeah, she's
thank you for
good.
pointing that out. That was
We
actually
should
a
call
very
the kids one
conscientious
time
thing to
on
do,
the
and it was on
podcast.
my list
Good.
to do, which was point out the cousins who are not here.
Okay, so
say
some-
their names again, please.
Coraline,
Coraline, yes.
Vivian,
Yes.
This is
Uh-huh.
Sky,
and Rubber Ducky.
Rubber Ducky. They're not here,
The 3-year-old.
but
She,
they are
like,
here in
knew
spirit. Am I right?
Everything about the other podcast that she was on.
Yeah.
Okay,
How many times
we're gonna go to
You told me to
Rose
talk.
over here,
How
and then
you
we'll go
don't
to
need
Space
to.
Unicorn. Rose, what would you like to say about our cousins who are not here?
It was fun having them here. I am very sad they couldn't come.
So cute.
Me too. Thank you. I agree with you 100%.
Listen to
Now,
how great
Space
I
Unicorn,
sound.
Go ahead.
We're also sad that you should put on a sad sign, a sad noise.
A sad song.
No, like a sad noise.
Oh, I do have a sad violin song. I
I think I went back too far.
Yeah,
Now,
you're good. All right.
Back to you,
Now
Sky.
I'm done.
Go ahead.
Wait.
I bet Hogshank isn't
Here we
sad
go.
he's not here because there's a lot of dogs here.
Oh, right. If we remember, Hogshank, who is my brother, actually.
This is the best
Sawtooth
part.
Frank's brother. Uncle Hogshank is terrified of dogs.
Listen to me.
Terrified. Yes.
Okay, ready?
He's
Here it
even
comes.
known to pee in his pants when he
I'm gonna
sees
burp.
a dog.
Listen to her laugh.
Yes.
Nope.
All right, now let's move along to our topics, shall we?
Okay, listen.
Is that okay with everybody? You could talk into your mics and say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, River.
Listen.
C.
Okay, now we have a long list of topics here. to
here it
go
comes.
through. Now,
We did manners. We didn't need
Sky.
to do that.
that was Sky.
Listen,
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. How disgusting.
That was you.
What am I
River,
listening
you're
to?
laughing at that. Was that funny?
Yes.
Okay.
Sawtooth, Frank, you have to learn to use your manners. He claims he has a duck in his butt.
Wasn't that a horrible
Listen to
thing
her
that
laugh.
River did? I mean, Sky did. Okay.
That was you.
Okay.
See how
No
funny I
reason
am?
to no reason to deny it,
Yes,
Sky.
the
Now,
7-year-old finds you
Okay.
extremely funny.
all right, that's enough of that. Let's
Yeah,
move
thank
on.
you. Okay. It was only fun when it was all chaotic, and then you.
I am hilarious. I thought that was great. All right, go on. What's the next topic?
This is yours,
Oh.
not mine.
Yeah. So I talked on episode 52. No, episode 50.
51.
Help me.
51.
You're not helping me.
Fuck you. I just did.
Fuck you. Really?
51.
And F you?
51. All right, listen, people.
Not cool.
How many people
So
listen to 51?
in episode 51,
Raise your hands.
I talked about,
Submitting a kick-ass grant application.
yep, but it ended up being too hard and I couldn't do it.
It wasn't that hard.
And
I gave you a pathway.
Stomping Jen
success.
failed to help me by doing it for me.
Shit.
I kind of
Bullshit.
secretly hoped you would submit it for me under my name.
Really?
Secretly, that's what I hoped.
That would be a conflict of interest.
Okay, well, that you have morals and integrity, whereas I don't.
I helped you as much as I could, and I gave you all the
You
information.
gave me advice.
And I gave you advice, and I
Yep.
told you to submit it, and you chose not to. And you fought me.
Because the application process was too hard.
It really wasn't. It's like the most simple application.
Well,
That would be-
maybe for a genius like you.
I'm not a genius.
It was difficult for me.
It wasn't that hard.
So I gave up. Didn't do it.
Wah, wah, wah.
When
Wrong.
in doubt, when you encounter obstacles, walk away.
This is like our whole list.
Yeah. Well, it's on. Guess what? It's on my list. All right, let's move along.
Wah, wah, wah.
Anyways, so I failed. I did not submit my application for the community project
It was
grant.
sad because it would have been a cool project.
No,
you
it
probably
wouldn't
can
have been.
still do it.
Nah, probably not. I missed the
think-
deadline.
I think we could still do it
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
like a community
Oh,
project.
I'm not doing a community project without getting paid for it. Are you kidding me?
Well, maybe you can still get paid for it.
Well,
Maybe there's a way.
gonna pay me in
Don't say it.
praise.
All right.
I was gonna say praise. Are you gonna pay me in praise?
Where's the whiskey bottle?
It's upstairs. Are you gonna pay me in praise?
Well, I can't
You
pay
can't.
you in praise because there's no whiskey.
Oh, you need to be drunk to pay me in praise.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
Praise doesn't flow unless you're a little lubricated.
Oh boy.
Is that it?
Is this on the list? I feel challenged
what?
in a positive way.
Talking about your praise? Sure.
All right. Oh boy. You want to talk about the power outage?
I like your praise.
Do you want to talk about the power outage?
What is there to say? We had a fucking 12-hour power outage
I think it
today.
was longer than it was like 15 hours.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Power went out. Big
Go ahead.
storm. Power went out.
I'll be right back.
Power went out last night at about 11:30, 11 something, close to midnight. We're boring, so we were already in bed, but we knew the power went out. We were kind of hopeful it would be a backup when we woke up, but no power. So it was a little stressful. Luckily, we had all showered the night before, so we all kind of went off to our day, thinking power would come back on. And as the day went on, we kept checking the power outage map. At some point in the mid-afternoon, it said that the power would be restored at 3 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Too long.
What? What's too long?
How long they said it
The
would take.
restoration would be.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of panic and a little bit of anxiousness.
Yeah. Panic and anxiousness.
So I got the kids from school, and you were on your way home, and you were gonna have me prepare some stuff so you can get the generator going, because we were not expected to have power for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I remarked on the way home, I said, the way that life is, I said, I bet you, and I was talking to Ted mostly, because he was the only one that listens to me in the carpool. I said, I'm pretty sure that by the time we get home and we start getting, I said, the minute the generator gets plugged in and Dad goes through all the work of putting together everything, that the power will go back on.
The power's going to come on.
I said, that's just
Hey, guess what happened?
Before we did all the work, the power came on. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. We got home. There was still no power, and we were about to go outside and start doing the prep before you got home. And thank God the power came back on.
Yeah.
And we didn't need to do any further work. But what I will say is that
I was not looking forward to setting up the generator in the rain and running power cables.
Yeah. So, I mean, during the most panicky part of the afternoon, I stupidly posted about it on the internet about not having power. And,
Why do you think it was stupid?
just because, it was like a very interesting, like, not experiment or whatever, but like, people our friends were very generous. They were like, oh, you can sleep at our house. And, oh, if you need to shower or if you need anything, just let us know. And people were very nice and very generous, and makes you feel really good. And then you realize there are people who don't even own homes.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, like, be without power for 15
I feel like you were
hours.
complaining.
I just felt like I was first world problems, and
Wah.
so
Don't have power.
yeah, I mean,
Wah. I can't flush my feces down the toilet.
that was a problem.
Wah.
So, anyways, I
can't use my pewter. Wah.
mean, it's true.
I
I
can't
mean, it's laughable and it's funny.
do my work. Wah. Listen. This is where we live. We need fucking electricity to live.
But like, there are people who don't have anything for whatever reason.
Okay.
It's a place of privilege to be able to complain about not having power for 15 hours. It really is.
Okay. In like a global sense. Yes.
You and I were lucky enough.
Go on. Go on. What are we lucky enough to do?
To be born into semi-metal class for whatever.
Metal class?
Middle class-ish.
Like anthrax?
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
certain values were impressed upon us.
Okay. Like having electricity, is that a value?
I'm just saying, like,
I'm trying to understand.
it's a place of privilege.
To have electricity.
Yeah. To have a home, to have heat, to have electricity, to have food, to have shelter.
I think food, shelter, even access to the internet now are basic human rights. They're not even privileges in my mind.
Well, there are people who can't afford these things.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, and I'm not judging anybody who cannot afford those things. And I think everybody should have them. And I think because I
Yes,
think
I
they are
agree.
basic human rights.
Yeah, I agree. So,
Right. And I guess what I'd say is be a little easier on yourself and spend more time criticizing the fucking millionaires and billionaires who are siphoning money out of the economy through the stock market, in real estate holdings across this country, and destroying the middle class.
right, those people too. But
Anyways,
anyways,
those
we
are
had no
those are the
power.
people.
We had no power for...
Those are the people who should feel guilty about their privilege. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, yes, we're fortunate, right?
Yes. But we also both work.
Yes, and very hard.
And we
But
volunteer and give back to our community.
But let me just say, I do also acknowledge that all of that comes along with a certain amount of privilege, okay, across a variety of spectrums.
Yeah.
White privilege,
Yep.
other class-based privileges. So I get it, I do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, don't beat yourself up because
I'm not.
you didn't want to fucking have, your food spoil or be fucking cold either.
Right. So I will just say
Go on.
I am extremely appreciative and grateful for all the people who private messaged or texted.
Yeah, except one person.
Who?
One person invited us over to their house just to troll us
Who?
because they knew I would never come. Don't say their name on air.
No, but I'm...
If you think about it, you'll know who, because they
I
know I
know
would.
who.
They know I would never come. That I would.
I know.
That I would freeze to death before I would go to anybody's house.
I know. So, but in all seriousness, I mean,
Go on.
there are people who literally were like, you can come sleep at our house, you can shower at our house, you can do laundry at our house.
They
like,
meant everybody but me, obviously.
No.
Yeah, because nobody mentioned me.
What are you talking about?
Nobody said you and Sawtooth can come.
They didn't say just you.
That's what they
stomping
meant.
No.
They meant you and the kids.
Come on. They said, if your food needs to go in a freezer, like seriously, like I'm not joking. Like it was very, very nice and I appreciate all of it. People offered to bring their generator over, like
Yeah.
it's very sweet.
There's some assumptions being made.
What? That we
Why
don't
did
have
people assume that we don't have a generator?
Because we were complaining about not having power.
We didn't have power because I was at work and I couldn't hook up the generator.
Regardless.
So there's some assumptions being made.
Anyways, I am extremely grateful.
Don't you think?
I'm extremely grateful.
Don't you think? I want to dig into this a little deeper. What were people trying to say that we don't have our own generator?
I just love this woman who was
What were they trying to say about
This
us?
woman at my gym this morning.
Yeah.
Her house has a Generac, which kicks on apparently when the power goes out.
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? I thought you got the high class,
No.
top of the line. When I'm like, we have a whole house plug it in, but we still have to go outside and
Go outside
plug it
and plug
in,
that shit in.
put the gas in, do all the shit.
Yeah. Well, she still has.
No, she said it's seamless. You don't even know if the power goes out. 'cause
Yeah,
the
hers might be
Generac-
hers might be propane.
Yeah, she said when they bought the house, it was already there.
Yeah. She's qualifying her privilege. She doesn't want to seem as privileged as she is because she has a Generac.
What's a Generac?
You want to come and stay in my Generac enabled home?
Oh my god!
It's seamless,
So, anyways,
Did you know we didn't even experience a second of discomfort when the power went out?
Anyways,
Generac.
um,
Go on.
We have power now. That's why we're recording a podcast.
Yeah,
That's why we're not huddled by the pellet stove.
that's right. The animals are, however.
No, they're not. I got one right here.
Oh, I got one here too.
Oh, see?
Which one do you got?
I got Zachary. You got Sully?
No, I've got I've got Sullivan the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did we talk enough about the power outage?
I think we've killed the power outage.
Okay. And you
I feel like these next two items go with the list.
okay. Well, let's skip them then.
We'll put them in the list. Okay?
Oh, you know what? I think maybe even I do have them on my list. So,
Yeah.
all right. Without further ado,
Let's do the list.
we're gonna go into the list. Well, hold on, I gotta find the list music now. Hold on.
No, the new list music.
What's wrong with
It's
the
not
list
even
music?
that new anymore. It's like
It's not that
super
new
old. It's
anymore.
like 6 episodes long.
Yeah, it's not that new. I'm gonna play it. It's good though.
Do the thing.
It's good. Okay, hold on. I have to go get. I'm gonna play it. I have to get my list.
Where are you going?
Get my list.
Why do you have to leave all the time? Sawtooth Frank, where are you going? What are you doing? Why do you have to leave?
Getting my
Where are you
list.
going? Is it a pretty long list? A pretty long list?
Okay. All right. Is that enough of the list? Okay.
Enough.
So this list is the elements of your life where you feel challenged in a positive way.
I feel
Okay.
challenged just living.
So why don't you go ahead? No, but challenged in a positive way.
All right.
So you go first.
All right. My list is short as usual,
Okay.
as per usual.
My list is long and thick, despite claims to the contrary. Go
All
on.
right, so I have being a parent.
Okay, that positively challenges you.
Yeah.
All right. How?
Because you have to set a positive role model for your children.
Okay. How are you doing in
It's
that?
challenging. It's challenging.
Okay.
You know, like I was conflicted this evening because the stress of the power outage and their slightly manic energy about being without power and doing other things this evening, and
Right.
balancing that with having to actually do some actual work because we had no power all day, so I couldn't really address some of the things on my to-do list, and I needed to focus and concentrate. And
Address them.
you know, it's hard. You have to be patient. You have to like communicate in a positive way that you're not rejecting them and not wanting to. I don't know why you're whistling right now.
Trying to whistle the song Patience.
Please don't.
Shed a tear 'cause I'm missing
You're totally
you,
fucking with my list. I don't like it.
'cause I'm okay, go ahead.
Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say since you're interrupting.
Oh, stop it. Go ahead. Save the drama.
Feeling challenged
for your
in
llama.
a positive way. So I'm gonna skip this one because I want to talk about something else.
No, don't skip anything.
No, I'm gonna come back to it. I'm just
Okay.
gonna rearrange the order. New work gigs that I get sometimes
Okay.
can be challenging in a positive way.
Yeah.
Our CSA can be challenging in a
Tell
positive
people what a
way.
CSA is.
We've talked about this before, but
They
it's
don't know what it is.
it's
Tell
a-
them what it is. Nobody knows what just because you talked about it on a previous episode, nobody knows. What is a CSA?
It's a community shared
Go ahead.
I don't know exactly what CSA is. It's a shared when you buy in a share of a
Right.
farm, and then you go in a specified time
Yeah.
and pick up your share
Yes.
of food.
Go ahead. Go on. What? CSA. It's a farm.
Yep.
This is totally appropriate.
Anyways, that can be challenging.
Go ahead.
Every time I talk, it screams.
Go on.
Can you
Sorry.
turn it off?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'll shut it off. Go ahead.
All right. Anyways,
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go.
that can be challenging.
Yeah.
Because you get stuff and you have to use it all.
Okay, go on.
before it goes rotten.
All right, I'll stop. All right, I'm
So
stopping.
it's a challenge in a
Okay.
positive way about
All right.
coming up with menus and
Right.
nightly dinner planning and
Okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Sorry, it's funny. Go on. Just watching you get madder and madder every
glad-
time I play one of those things. Go on.
I'm glad you're amusing yourself.
Keep going on, please.
Um,
You can go your own list.
this podcast is challenging
Oh.
the podcast in
Why?
a positive
Tell
way.
me a little bit about that.
Because it wasn't on my list prior, but now it is.
Oh, why is it challenging in a positive way?
Because you make it challenging.
In a positive way, though?
I'm not sure about that, but
Okay, well, that was the list. It has to be something that challenges you positively.
you challenge me positively.
Really?
You positively challenge me.
Like how? What do you mean by that?
I'm just fucking with you.
But what do you mean by that? How do I challenge you positively?
All right, I'm going to go to my last one.
Why won't you answer that?
I'm going to go to my last one.
Are some things not for the podcast? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So my last thing is working out,
Okay.
which is challenging in a positive way
Okay.
because I never want to do it. So I just want to deviate. I took this off the news and shout outs because I wanted to talk about this just really briefly.
Go ahead.
So a couple years ago, I joined. So when I met you, I was not active. Let's
Right.
be honest about life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know anything about exercise in the slightest, and you encouraged me to exercise, and we've joined a couple gyms since
Yep.
then. And,
Here and there.
you know, like traditional gyms, and I really dislike most of them. And what I've found
Yeah, go on.
is I really enjoy classes. Are you
Yeah.
gonna pick a button?
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
You have like everything lit up over there.
Go on. I'm not going to do
You're
anything to you.
totally gonna.
I won't do that to you. Go ahead.
I totally know that.
Go ahead.
So, a couple of years ago, when we moved to Belchertown, I did a couple stints with yoga through the rec and everything like that. And then I discovered this aerobic studio here in town. So I will just say, as a disclaimer, I am a select person here in Belchertown. But I've been enjoying going to this Simply Fit
Right.
in Belchertown.
It's a local business.
Which is a local business.
You have no financial interest in
I
it.
have no financial interest. I just she has an aerobics side and a spin side, and I don't
Yeah.
spin at all.
Right.
But the spin side, you know, for people who are spin enthusiasts,
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Exercise orgasming enthusiasts.
Is
I
that
mean,
what they do? I don't know. I literally hate spin. so
Google
much.
it.
But people like literally love it.
Google.
So, is that why people spin?
Just Google it.
I don't want to.
Orgasming while spinning. Google it.
Literally don't want.
Go
to
ahead.
know.
Google it.
So, anyways, I've taken a variety of different
Yeah.
types of classes there over the couple of years that I've joined, and it is one of the things that I look forward to on a weekly basis.
You like exercising in a social environment.
I need to exercise in a social environment.
Whereas I do not.
yeah, so
I don't want you to look at me. I don't want you to talk at me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to touch me. I do not want you to
Right.
acknowledge that I exist.
right, I need like a prescribed, like I need somebody to be like, you need to do this now, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do this. Like I need somebody telling me what to do and when to do it and for how long. Like
Yeah.
I need that.
Huh.
If I'm left to my own devices, it's not as effective,
Interesting.
and it's super fucking boring.
What to
So-
do, when to do it,
And
and how long to do it.
yeah, exactly. So
You need someone to tell you that.
right.
Okay, go
Right.
on.
So, so I love going there, and I try to hit at least 3 or 4 classes a week.
Yeah.
In the past, sometimes it was 5 or 6, but
5 or 6.
now that you've been going to the gym,
Yeah.
Not that I can't go. It's just, it just becomes more difficult. This works with my schedule and I like it and it's been working. So anyways, what I really wanted to say about Simply Fit and the community that, that the owner has developed there is, you have a community. There's like people, you want to work out with them, you laugh, you joke, you know who they are, you know a little bit about their lives. Like it's really like a welcoming environment that she's created. And so they're celebrating their 5-year anniversary next month. And the owner has put a lot of thought into like what she wanted to do to give back to all of the people in the community, the instructors, the people who attend classes.
You got to give back.
Yeah. So, like she's had parties in the last couple of years, but this year she decided instead she's going to give a month free.
It's a party in the month of free.
Yeah. For all of the current membership.
Membership?
Membership.
You said membership.
I didn't say membership.
You said membership.
I said membership. And for a small business in a small town, I mean, that is extremely generous. Like, I work with small businesses. I can't hear myself again, by the way.
Huh.
Can you hear me?
You're fucking... I'm changing your headphones. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
So...
Can you hear yourself now?
No, not as well as I was able to.
How about now?
So what I want
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What I want to say is for a small business...
Yeah.
Who I'm sure struggles with expenses and revenue on a monthly basis. Like, this is extremely generous, and it really has touched me. Like in a way, like I wrote a little post to them when she announced it today, and there really is no words to describe like what that means. Like
I think there are words. You just described it.
But I mean, like, really, like, I was tearing up. Like,
tearing up.
I'm not joking when I say that. Like,
my God,
it really means a lot to me personally. Like,
I think I need to open an exercise studio and give away a month free to get this kind of reaction out of you.
But it's not just about
I wish I could make you tear up like this.
But it's not just about the studio. Like, it's about the community. It's about the people. It's about like I go there like this morning when I went to class this morning.
You're crying right now.
Like, literally.
This is amazing, people. She is literally crying right now.
It's like a 45-minute class. And like, at like halfway through the class, I literally was like, what if I just left right now? And then I was like, I can't just leave.
Yeah, go on.
And I stayed, and my muscles hurt, and I'm glad that I was there, and I was glad that I was in a supportive environment. I'm glad that people push me, and they encourage me to just continue with my journey for, becoming a stronger person so I can live longer.
Now, you mentioned that sometimes in these exercise classes, people fart. Is that true?
I don't know that anybody farts in the class.
You said that once.
That's yoga.
Okay.
That was the yoga classes. So I'm so appreciative and I'm so grateful for the studio and for everything that she does. Yeah. The owner of the studio and all the instructors.
Thank you, Simply Fit.
I just want to give them like a huge shout out because they mean a lot to me.
Now, let me tell you something, people.
I would be lost. I wouldn't exercise. I would be a member of Planet Fitness and I wouldn't go.
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with that?
I fucking hate that place.
I want to say something.
What?
Owner of Simply Fit. If you could only see the tears welling up and stomping Jen's eyes right now.
I'm 100% sincere right now.
She's 100% sincere right now.
I love that studio.
She loves the studio. And tonight, I'm going to dress up as the studio. I am going to cover myself in exercise mats. I'm going to tie a dumbbell to my penis.
Oh my God.
I might even tie a TRX. I might tie a TRX exercise band to my balls.
Oh my God. I literally like bought a TRX strap.
Yes.
Like, have you seen me use it? No.
I have.
Never.
I'm going to put...
You're going to put that one on your...
I'm going to clip
Doodad.
something to my nipples.
How about you read your
I
list now?
am going to be the TRX studio this evening. We'll see exactly how appreciative Stomping Jen is.
Great.
Thank you, Simply Fit. This was probably not the endorsement you imagined or wanted,
This is the endorsement that you're getting.
but this is the endorsement you're getting.
Anyways.
Okay. Thank you, Stomping Jen, for that impassioned deliverance of gratitude.
I love them.
You love them.
Hmm.
I only wish you loved me as much as you love your exercise studio.
You're my other exercise studio besides Planet Fitness.
Hold on.
What's
That-
the name of that place?
Planet Fitness.
Yeah, they suck.
I happen to enjoy Planet Fitness
I know you do.
because nobody talks to me, nobody looks at me, nobody acknowledges me,
Yeah.
except the people who know you.
And they ignore you too.
No, they wave at me
They wave.
begrudgingly.
Who did you see?
You know who I saw.
Uh,
You know who I saw. We have to come up with a name for her. Does she have a name?
No, but we should have her on the podcast.
Yeah, if she wanted to be on the podcast, she would say she
I don't
wants
even
to
know if
be.
she listens to
She
the
doesn't
podcast.
listen.
I gotta get after her.
She's not a soft serve
I gotta
fan.
get after her.
No, but you gotta tell her now that she was mentioned on the podcast.
I think we're doing Breakfast Club tomorrow morning. She's gonna
Yeah.
be there.
Well, she's not a fan,
Mm.
so I don't want her on here. I only want fans.
We'll have to make her a fan.
We have to get the D-man in here.
Yeah, what's up with him?
He'll get in here.
You know, they were without power about an hour after we got
Okay.
power restored. He got his power
All
restored.
right. Well, we want him in here.
That's right.
That's for the D-man.
All right.
Okay,
Can you
D-man.
read your list?
I'll read my list.
Are you
now.
going to read your list now?
All right. I want to say something
What?
before I read my list.
Okay. Is it a disclaimer?
I don't think there are any such thing as a positive challenge.
Both the cats.
Yeah.
So cute.
There's no such thing as a positive challenge in my world.
Why? That's
All
not true.
challenges are negative to
That
me.
is 100% untrue.
I've been depressed lately.
Yeah, well, that's why.
I've been in a
you
deep
feel that way.
depression.
I don't like that you're depressed.
All challenges seem overwhelming to me. I feel like Sisyphus. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
He is the god that has to forever push a boulder up a hill. I need to play the sad music again
Yes, please
while I
don't.
read my list. So there are no positive challenges in my life, only negative challenges. But I will read the challenges. Okay. So these are probably things that should be positive, but to me are negative. Okay. Working out. I hate it. I hate
Dude.
going to the gym.
It's good for your mental health.
It doesn't matter. I despise
you're
it now.
depressed, so what do you despise about it?
Okay, I don't want to get too deeply into this, but the Planet Fitness in Belchertown stinks. It smells bad because
You
it's
should go to Simply Fit.
because it's a small space. It's not properly ventilated, and they don't keep the air conditioning on at a proper temperature.
Is that why you like the one in Hadley better?
Yes, the one in Hadley is a bigger space. What?
Do you know what's coming to the Hampshire Mall?
What?
Sorry, I know this is
ahead.
completely off topic.
Go ahead.
Hot Oven Cookies is moving to the Hampshire Mall.
Okay. So working out is a miserable experience for me. I hate it.
Well, you should go to Simply Fit.
It's not positive in any way. I don't like working out in groups.
You need to see my friend.
I don't want anyone to know my name.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to know who I am. I don't want anyone to look at me, to wave at me, to speak to me. That's it.
All right. Moving on.
Eating healthier. That should be a positive challenge, but it's a negative challenge for
Can
me.
I just tell you another story?
Go ahead.
I went to Barbell last night,
Okay.
and when I got home, what did I make? Do you remember?
Yams and kale.
Right. So I went into class this morning, and I was like, I was so hungry during class.
Yeah.
I went home and I ate a whole sweet potato. They all looked at me. They were like, "Oh my God, you ate a what?" They were like, "Come on, you ate a sweet potato."
Okay. What's so funny about that? Okay. All right.
Oh, it was funny.
Another challenge that should be positive for me, but is negative, is connecting with friends.
That's a challenge for
It feels like a
you?
burden to me.
I
Every
loved
message I send,
Are you
every
for
phone
real?
call I make.
friends.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That's so sad.
I know. Why do you even like me?
What? I don't know. I love you.
I'm such a downer. Okay. So, going away on a trip should be a positive challenge. I hate it. I hate thinking about leaving my house. I hate preparing for a trip. I hate going on the trip. It's not fun for me. It's not a positive challenge.
But going on a trip is awesome.
Let's see. New and exciting projects at work fill me with dread. I don't want to do anything new. I want to do everything exactly.
Old.
Yep. Let's see. Being a union co-president, that should be fun and exciting. That should be a positive challenge. Now it just feels like a burden to me. I'm sorry. I think my co-president may listen to this. I apologize, co-president. But I will say I appreciate all that you do, even though I'm a misery to be around. Doing this podcast
What?
should be a positive challenge.
You don't like doing the podcast?
No, I feel like it's at a dead end.
I don't know why you feel
What
that way.
else could we possibly do here?
Who cares?
Interesting. Okay. The community project.
Ugh,
That should have been a positive challenge.
that would have been a win.
But it flamed out.
It didn't flame out. We should still do it.
Nope. Because I'm a negative fuck.
I think we should still do it.
Okay, here's another thing that should be a positive.
I can feel my triceps.
We've talked about this before. Don't show me your triceps.
It's all because of Simply Fit, by the way.
Don't show me your triceps. All right, being confident in myself and not feeling like an imposter and less than everybody else. Right? That should be a positive challenge.
I told you about my interaction today, right?
No, what interaction?
With my new client.
Oh, yeah,
Who's
yeah.
just like, fucking just do this shit. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm never going to learn how to do it.
Well, that's because you are confident in who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I feel inferior to everybody, right? Except here, in this venue.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm.
And the irony is I hate this now.
Why do you hate it?
Okay, improving my flexibility.
You need to see my friend.
Which one?
The one I told you about.
KF?
No. Who's KF?
We need to come up with a nickname for her. The yoga instructor.
Oh, no. I think you should see LS.
LS?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
My other personal trainer friend.
Well, do they specialize in people with bad backs?
She's reading about it right now.
Somebody reading a book about
No,
bad
she
backs does not mean...
experiences it also.
Okay, guess who else experiences it also?
You.
Yeah, so I don't need to talk to another person who experiences it also. I need somebody who knows how
To fix it.
to strengthen my core and improve my flexibility.
She'll help you.
No, she won't.
She can, or KF can help you. Either one of them.
I'm more, at this point, I would lean more towards KF.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. Another thing that should be
I
a
love
positive...
them both.
Another thing that should be a positive challenge that isn't is getting leaves out of the gutter. Why are you laughing at that?
I'm like all in my mind. I'm like, there should be like, we can train like a squirrel to like scoop out.
I like that idea. And another thing that should be a positive challenge that isn't is finishing my new poem.
Your poem.
My poem. It's a challenge for me.
It is a challenge. Why
I've
is
reached.
it a challenge? You used to write poetry like it was nothing.
Because this one really is about something specific. It's full of metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called, right now it's about wolves.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd hoped to have it done by now.
Well,
But
you have all the time in the world.
I don't have all the time in the world, actually.
You do.
No, I don't. I have all the time afforded to me,
Yep.
which I could die tonight in my sleep.
Oh my God. Please don't.
Well, it's possible.
I would
All right.
be super sad.
That's the list.
List.
Are we done?
Yes. Cross.
Do we want to talk about how we're entertaining ourselves? We're at an hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah, let's. You were all like, "Oh, we have nothing to talk about."
But do you know what happens?
You
I
like
sit
to
down
talk
with
to
you
me.
and I talk to
know.
you.
Don't you like talking to me?
Show me your triceps again.
Right? They're nice, right? I can't get my ass there, but
What do you mean your ass there?
I mean my triceps.
Let me see them again.
They're like spot on.
Let me see. Show me again.
Come on. Anyways, I have muscles. I just have,
Yeah.
a layer over them. It's fine. I don't care. I'm comfortable.
Okay. Listen,
Strength training.
I have no complaints, okay? I love you and I appreciate you. Now, how are we entertaining ourselves?
What do you
That's
got
the
on this
question.
list? The Walking Dead, which is terrible.
Hold on.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
I think I should come up with a bumper.
Challenge accepted.
There we go. Challenge.
I fight against the lesser man within,
Bumper.
for he's a coward. He's a coward.
Okay.
Who's a coward?
Okay. This is how we're entertaining ourselves.
All right.
Okay?
Let's move on.
How are we entertaining ourselves?
Not by The Walking Dead because
We're watching it. Season 10.
stinks.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
But why are we still watching it?
I don't know. It's like when I really wanted to quit watching Grey's Anatomy, and
Yeah.
it took me half a season before I finally decided.
But we
that-
tried quitting season 9.
I know. Why did we go back?
We could quit again.
It's like sadomasochism.
Yeah. And I'll tell you,
It's really terrible.
I've started so we just got The Walking Dead
Compendium
4 in the mail earlier in the week. And even I'm bored with that.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't even opened it
Because it's all the same shit.
over and over and over. again.
New group of villains. They go to a new place. Blah, 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 blah,
Makes
blah,
me
blah.
sad.
So I'm bored with it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not even.
It's not even good.
That's sad.
And maybe the show wrecked it for me. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
The show's pretty terrible.
now what continues to be interesting to me is the Wu-Tang Clan in American
Wu-Tang.
Saga.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
And I was listening to some Wu-Tang today at the gym.
Were you?
It was really good.
Ugh, they're so good.
Yeah. Although I have a hard time telling some of them apart when they're
What?
rapping.
And the rapping.
Specifically, Raekwon and
Ghostface.
Killa.
I will say ODB is very,
He's a mush mouth.
but he's what's the word?
Sexual?
No.
What? Spontaneous?
What's the word when you can tell something apart?
Oh, distinct?
Yes.
Yeah.
That.
Because it's not like this. ODB in the house. You got nothing on me.
Right?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, he's like that. He's awesome.
He's just they're getting closer to being the Wu-Tang Clan.
The Wheatie? The Wheatie
in
BB?
the
The Wheatie BB?
In the Hulu show, they're
Yeah.
very close. They're right
Yeah,
on
they're
the
there.
precipice.
They're almost there.
Precipice.
He's just got to get him into the lab, yo. He's
Now,
awesome.
The next two things you have on here, we haven't watched in a week.
Oh, hold on. I can tell RZA,
RZA.
ODB, Mr. Meth,
The Jizza.
Method Man. I could tell him.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only
Distinctive voices.
Raekwon I can kind of tell sometimes, but
I just like in the Hulu show they
Yeah.
have like a whole like line of episodes about the RZA's like first. Oh, you should play it. Are you gonna find it?
what?
I love you, Rakim.
Oh no, I'm not gonna play it. We keep getting banned on YouTube
Ugh, we can't play
because we
that.
play music.
Oh,
If we
awesome.
criticize it, we can play
I
it.
love you, Rakim.
Do you want me to play it?
It's the funniest thing ever.
Okay, but I have to say, before we do that, I want to recommend
was
this
that?
this podcast that is a
It's a Wu-Tang.
it's a podcast about the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Wu-Tang: The Saga
I don't
Continues.
understand how you have the patience for any of that.
Because I want to listen to RZA talk about the show and how he
RZA on it?
and how he picked the actor who portrays
Oh,
him.
Well, that could be interesting.
It's really interesting. I love you, Rakim.
I love you, Rakim.
As long as we critique it, we can play it.
Are we not critiquing it right
We
now?
will. I love you, Rak.
I love you.
Prince Rakim.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Rakim.
I love you, Rakim.
Oh wait, hold on.
The original version
I'm
is
in
like
podcasts. I gotta go to music.
not at all, right?
What do you mean it's not at all right?
You can't get the original version.
I don't know. You probably can.
That's like when Green
Here
Jello.
it is. Ooh, I love you, Rakim.
No, but like that's like when Green Jello came out.
I don't
And
know.
they
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
have the rights to Green Jello and they had to change
Here
it.
it is. Hopefully we won't get
I
sued.
had that on cassette.
Buy this.
Wow, 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 wow.
I love you, Rakim.
Oh yeah. We're not critiquing it.
This is
enough.
so not Wu-Tang.
This is not Wu-Tang. Oh, we love you, Rakim.
And the album is called
single.
Sexcapades. The single is called
It's not an
Sexcapades.
album. I love you, Rakim.
How did he agree to this?
He was desperate, I'm sure.
Not good. He's amazing. This is so beneath him, right?
Anyways.
Do you remember this when it came out?
No, how old was I? What year did
This
this
was 1991.
91?
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah,
Are you for real?
yeah, 91.
Ted had a book
Yeah,
about the PSATs,
yeah.
like practice
Did
book.
you hear what he just said? I'll never eat the daisy.
Wait,
That's
no.
a euphemism.
Oh yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I love Rakim. I love you, Rakim.
You know who he sounds like? The Humpty Dance guy.
He does sound like
Humpty Dance to do
he's a
this.
trans.
He's trying to be somebody else in this.
Well, no.
I think that was the point in
that
the
was
show.
The point in the
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
So whether or not that was real or his version.
Yeah, but we love Wu-Tang on this podcast.
Tang. Woo Tang.
So anyways, listen to
Wu
the
Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
That's my ODB
Wait,
impression.
You can't put that on.
We can if we critique it.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
He's got the teeth, you know. He's got the big
He's
gold
got-
teeth. What?
I love it. I love it.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck
Is
with.
that on 36 Chambers?
I don't fucking.
Probably.
Anyways, we're not watching Survivor, and we're not watching Star Trek Discovery.
This is Ghostface, I think.
Are we allowed to critique
No,
it?
this may be Raekwon. We're gonna get banned on YouTube. I'll tell you right now.
Who's the other guy from the show that I don't know who he is yet?
Raekwon.
That's who he is.
Which guy?
Sean.
Is he the one who was recording with the Jamaican guy, you mean?
Yeah.
That's Raekwon.
Raekwon.
Ghostface is the guy with the two
Dennis,
brothers, Dennis.
Right.
You know who ODB is.
Yeah.
You know
He's obvious.
who Method Man is.
Which one's Method Man?
Method Man is Gunshot. Shotgun. The guy who worked at the Statue of Liberty. That's Method Man.
Okay.
Then there's RZA, who is, Bobby Diggs.
Right. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing.
I don't know where that song is.
That's all right.
I love Wu-Tang.
Woo! We're gonna get in trouble. This is a bad idea.
No, we're critiquing it.
Are we? Are
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, anyways. It is critiquing. We're talking about who the different people are.
All right.
And we're going to tell people they should go out and buy Wu-Tang music.
Yeah. People, go out and buy.
All right. So we're deep in... You were talking before about Survivor.
No, I was saying how we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Now in like a week.
Yeah, this new concept I don't quite like.
It's not that we don't like it. I think we're just...
There's no watching it.
I think we just are consumed with busyness at that moment.
Yeah, and then what? We've petered out on watching Star Trek Discovery.
Also because we were away and Space Unicorn needs to sleep, so we're not watching it.
Right.
Although Ted better be asleep because...
He is asleep. I went up there.
Did you?
Yeah, he's asleep.
Because I told him many times to go to bed.
All right. An hour and 46 minutes. Can we end this shit? Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Am I hitting the outro music? Do you have
Listen,
anything you
people.
want to say?
I'm good.
Do you want to talk any more about Simply Fit?
I love you, Simply. I love you, Simply Fit.
I love you, Simply Fit. I love you, Simply Fit. I stimulate my...
Oh, really?
During spin. I love you, Simply Fit.
I think you should be a
I stimulate my...
rapper. There you go. This is another
I love you, Simply
idea.
Fit. During spin, I stimulate my... I love you, Simply Fit. I love you, Simply Fit. Bye now.
That could be their jingle.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. America knows that this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed